Hi everyone, welcome to this Financial 101 video series, and today we're going to go through what is price to earnings ratio, P ratio in short, and how do you use it and how do you apply it when it comes to valuing a company. So at the end of this video, right, you get a clear understanding of what P ratio is, how is it used for, and how do you apply it. My name is Victor, co-founder of The Fifth Person. So here at Fifth Person, we help retail investors to invest in great businesses so that they can grow their wealth safely and consistently over time. So if you're ready, let's go. Price to earnings ratio, in short, P ratio, is one of the most commonly used method of valuation by investors. It measures how much the investors are willing to pay for every dollar the company earns, and the formula is price per share of the company divided by earnings per share. In short, we call it EPS. So let's move on to an example. So let's say I have two companies which are in the same industry. Let's say supermarket industry. So there's company A and company B. And company A have a price of $100 and company B have a price of $20. Company A have a EPS of $2.50 and company B have an EPS of $2. You take the price divided by EPS, and company's A P ratio is 40 times and company B's P ratio is 10 times. So the general rule of thumb is we want to look for companies have the lower P ratio, because the lower P ratio, the better the value you get out of investing in the company. Because for instance, let's say company B, right, have a P ratio of 10 times. Assuming that company B continue to make the same amount of EPS at $2 for the next 10 years, right, you'll break even on your investment. So the general rule of thumb is we want to look for companies with lower PE, because lower PE, the better the value you get out of investing in the company. So let's say, for example, you look at company B have a P ratio of 10 times. It means that if the company continue to make $2 earnings per share for the next 10 years, right, it's going to take you 10 years, right, to get back your initial investment. Same goes for company A. If the company A continue to make $2.50 for the next 40 years, it's going to take you 40 years to make back your return on your investment. So another thing about PE is that the higher the PE, right, the higher the growth expectation of the investor. So for instance, if the company have a PE of 10 times, right, investor, right, is expecting a 10% growth. And if a company is having a P of 100 times, the investor is expecting a growth of 100% per year annum. Like I just mentioned earlier, higher the P, higher the expectation. So if you go back to the example again, right, company A have 40 PE and company B have 10 times PE. So it may seem that company B is much more valuable or cheaper as compared to company A. But it does not mean that company B is a good investment, okay? So looking at P alone, there's a setback. You have to compare the P with the growth potential of the company. So for instance, what if I tell you that company A, right, the supermarket business is in United States, and United States have 328 million population, and company B, right, have their supermarket in Madagascar, which have a 26 million population. So if you look at company A and company B, even though company A, right, have a higher PE, right, but they have a higher and much larger growth potential as compared to company B, which they have lower PE. So always look for companies which have good growth potential. So general rule of thumb is you want to look for companies that have lower the PE but have huge growth potential. Next is, where can you collect the figure to calculate your P ratio? So there's one of the most commonly looked out place is actually your annual report. So if you go to the 10K for this company called Alphabet, this is the income statement. So right at the bottom in 2019, you can see the diluted net income is actually $49.16. So that is your earnings per share. The next is we want to look out for the share price of the company. So how do you look out for share price? Is basically you go to Google, you Google the company's name. For instance, we are Googling Alphabet share price. So you just type Alphabet share price and it will come out in your Google search. So right over here, Alphabet have a share price of $1,557.05. So you take the share price over the earnings per share, Alphabet's P ratio is 31.7 times. So this is what we call the historical P ratio. So basically there's a few types of P ratio. There's three types. One we call the historical P ratio, which I just shown you. Another one is called the trailing ratio, and another one is called the forward P ratio. So how do you see what's the difference between the three P ratio is? Firstly, the historical P ratio, right, use the historical latest full year's earnings. So the let's say example 2020 full year result have came out. So the historical P ratio, take the latest share price divided by the full year result, which is from the quarter 1 to quarter 4 over here. And trailing PE is basically taking the latest 4-quarter earnings result. So for instance, Alphabet come out their latest first quarter and second quarter results. So basically right over here, first quarter and second quarter. So trailing ratios takes the latest share price divided by the latest 4-quarter result. So this is your trailing ratio. And let's move on to forward PE. Forward PE is based on the analyst estimate of the future earnings. So for instance, the company have the latest first quarter and second quarter, and the analyst estimate the next 3-quarter and 4-quarter result, and this is your forward PE. So let's put it into a right example. So historical PE is basically your share price, let's say example $10 divided by your historical earnings. For instance, let's say $2, you get a P ratio of 5 times. And trailing PE, let's say the same $10, you got your latest 4-quarter result, let's say 3-quarter of 2020, 4th quarter of 2020, 1st quarter of 2021, and 2nd quarter of 2021. You add them all up, it gives you an earnings per share of 2.7 times. And your trailing PE is actually 3.7 times. Your forward PE is, let's say, your share price $10, based on forecasted earnings. Analysts estimate that the forecasted earnings is $3 moving forward. So your P ratio is going to be 3.3 times. So out of these 3 PE, right, usually we will use, as an investor, we will use either the historical PE or the trailing PE. We seldom use the forward PE because forward PE requires a lot of projection, and sometimes it may be very aggressive. So I think the best PE to look for is actually the trailing PE. It shows you the company's actual PE moving on a quarterly basis. So let's move on to real company example. So let's say I want to value this company called IBM. And where do you get their PE ratio? So if you look at Yahoo Finance, you search Yahoo Finance, IBM, then you can see over here the P ratio of IBM is 14.31 times. So let's compare IBM with another company. Let's say this company called Alphabet, which owns Google. So you go to Yahoo Finance and you search Alphabet, you can see that their P ratio is 34.23 times, which is higher as compared to IBM. So if you just look at P ratio, right, it may seem that IBM is cheaper or have better value as compared to investing in Alphabet because they have a lower PE. But next is, let us compare the past 5 years net profit growth of IBM versus Alphabet. So if you look at IBM, right, the past 5 years earning growth, right, has been decreasing, and it gave a compound annual growth rate of 6.5%, negative 6.5%. And if you look at Alphabet, the past 5 years earning growth has been consistently increased on an uptrend, and it gave you an earning growth of 16%. So despite IBM having a low PE, but yet they have a negative growth potential. But if you look at Alphabet, they have much higher PE, but yet they are growing at 16% compound annual growth rate for the past 5 years. So in this sense, right, it makes more sense to look into Alphabet as compared to IBM because IBM have negative growth, whereas Alphabet has been growing at 16%. So by now, you should have a clear understanding of what P ratio is, how do you use it for, and how do you apply it. Again, P ratios tells you how cheap or expensive a company is, and also avoid companies that are low PE and have no growth. And finally, a general rule of thumb is to always look for companies with lower PE and as a bit high growth potential. So now if you're into investing and you'd like to find out how you can find companies that can give you 10 to 20% a year, we have a free training video for you at The Quadrant Strategy. So you can find the link in the description box below. And once again, if you like this video, smash the like buttons, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more videos and updates. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.